Well, let's go ahead and set the stage. So basically, he was at this event where he obviously is live streaming his whole life. Basically, he's out there live streaming everything he does. Was at this event. He was being recorded. The wrestler, Sicko Stu, was thinking that it was Psycho Stu thought that they were being filmed for wrestling. So he grabs a can and smashes it on Raja's head.
I guess the guy, he thought that my man was in on it.
Yeah.
He thought he was in it. Like, why else would you be at a pro wrestling show? So it's not like there's no reason for him to not think that my man was in on it. He's there to be a part of the show.
He cracked the beer over Raja's head, and Raja's streaming, so he's thinking about getting some clicks too. But clearly the guy's trying to set up a little WWE skit. Clearly.
So this guy is a wrestler that thinks Raja is in on the bit. Just like how Randy Orton, if he knew I Show Speed was coming to a WWE event or wherever he's wrestling at now, I don't know how it works, would maybe start a little interaction with Speed and hit him with a fake glass bottle. That's what this guy thinks he's doing. And you know what? I Show Speed would roll with it because he's not a dumb animal that belongs in a cage.
That guy crossed the line on the live stream by doing a worked crash of the bottle over his head on there. Raja Jackson was like, "What are you doing here?" The wrestler said, "What, you're not going to sell it?"
What is wrong with people going, well, you know, he shouldn't have hit him with the beer can? Now, I saw the part where he hit him with the beer can. Was that even a real beer can?
This is an empty can of drink. Empty! It is a gimmick, fake can of nothing. Absolutely nothing. It has no weight to it. It has no nothing. It is a wrestling prop.
Some stranger hits me in the head with a beer can. People intervene. They calm us down. I get an apology. We shake hands. We say that, you know, okay, this was a misunderstanding. The guy thought it was a work. The guy thought you were in on it. He saw the camera. He was putting on a show. There's a context now. There's a new context. There's a context. And the context makes a difference. The guy's telling you, I'm sorry. He shakes your hand. He sits down. People interview and it's like, wait a second. This is a misunderstanding. But you're still furious. You got hit in the head with a can.
I get it. He hit you in the head with a bottle beforehand. I get it. He shouldn't have did that. I don't condone that either. But to wait hours until the man was working, which we all understand, he playing a character and he was in character and he working.
There's an additional video where they make up afterwards. They apologize to each other. Everything is good. They worked it into the pro wrestling show that night that Raja Jackson was going to jump in from the crowd, do a double leg takedown on Sicko Steve, and then supposedly land at least one real punch.
Yeah, I don't know what. I mean, you just, when you shake hands with someone, it's over. It's done. You moved on. I don't know what got you riled up in between that and this, whatever it was, but people feeding fuel to your fire. You've got to learn to control your emotions and getting in there, getting amped up, whatever. I understand the excitement of this is a big deal to you, and you know, doing it for the gram with having your camera person all around you.
Look, I saw Rampage called him up, instigated him. I think he was kind of like trying to joke around with his son. And his son was in a really bad mood, and Jackson didn't understand that. His son, Raja Jackson, gets a call from his father and saying, hey man, I heard you're getting jumped by some guys in tights. You know, I heard you got jumped. He's instigating his son. He's like, oh, okay, you're being a bitch, you know, like you're being a punk, you know, you're letting them punk you. So his son, Raja, is enraged.
When they give receipts, right, is an expression they use in pro wrestling. When somebody hurts you and you hurt them back, we're talking about a hard chop, or, you know, maybe crank something a little bit that's a fakey kind of choke and you hold it a little bit.
So he comes behind him, goes high crotch. It looks like he's still on the high crotch, lifts him up over the shoulder. Now this guy's probably 50 years old, not in the best shape of his life, and jackhammer slams him. Jackhammer slams him to the back of this guy's head. Boom. Knocks him out cold. So this guy, who's not very fit, first of all, just got slammed gnarly on the back of his head. And the back of the head is what fucks people up, fucks their brain up.
The guy is out from the slam. Done. You see a video of it. I'll see if I can put a link in there. Slams him on the back of his head. The guy's out. Jackson mounts him. In the video I saw, he punches him defenseless 13 times. Whoever is recording it turns away to get it, and a wrestler's like, and points at another wrestler, and the wrestler's like in shock, goes back to the ring. You see a couple more punches. I don't know how many punches were happening while the camera was away, but 15 to 20 unanswered punches from Mount.
If we're standing and I punch you in the face and I hit you with the knuckles and it bops your head back, your neck at least has the ability to grant some absorption of it along the way. When you pound like that and someone's head is touching the canvas, they take the full brunt of that. And he did this over and over and over and over and over again.
I hate to say it, but Raja Jackson is dumb as hell. He's dumb as hell. He got rage baited by his followers online. He got antagonized by people online. He went in there and he unloaded and possibly ruined his life. He possibly ruined his life, and maybe that guy Psycho Stu is never going to be the same again.
As soon as you saw him go unconscious and you landed one shot, it should have been done. Like, oh shit, I didn't know he was unconscious when I slammed him, and then I jumped on and hit him and he didn't reply. You should know. You've trained enough to know when someone gets knocked out. You fucking know.
But that is one of the most heinous assaults I've ever seen. And I've seen some heinous ones. I mean, I've been watching violence. I don't know how to say this, most of my life in some capacity or another, you know what I mean? Like, and I've been professionally covering fist fighting violence for basically 20 years.
And I could tell you something. I think he needs to do time. Raja Jackson needs to do time because he has no compassion for human beings. He beat that man senseless, and thank God for that guy in the red, the guy with the mohawk, the wrestler, the big guy who jumped on him, because at that point, all you had was a referee kind of waving at Raja Jackson while Raja Jackson is dropping bombs, and some shorter wrestler trying to pull Raja Jackson off, highly unsuccessful, and not very committed to saving the guy on the bottom, Psycho Stu. He wasn't very committed. And you're just seeing these shots rain down on Psycho Stu, and you're like, this guy's going to die.
But there was the one guy who finally jumped in there.
Doug. His name is Doug, I guess. I don't know what his stage name is or whatever it is, but
he finally, and you can see Raja starting to fight him.
Yeah.
No matter what anyone wants to say, he tried to double leg that guy. The guy kind of stalled it out and had more people coming in, but everything that that moment in time where Raja Jackson decided to do that and then basically took it to fruition. That's a moment in time that he's gonna forever wish I screwed up.
So, do you think he wanted to continue beating up Stu?
I think he would have killed him
if you didn't stop it, right?
I promise you, he would have killed him. He would have killed me if he would have got the best of me. If he would have took my legs out from under me, like he was trying to, he was going to do the same thing to me that he did to Stu. Clearly, you watch the stream when he's walking away. I'm tired of people fucking with me. I don't care how many times you've been fingered in your life, bro. I don't give a fuck. If you got a problem with the world and the people around you, change the people around you. Change it up a little bit. Go to therapy. Get some help. Don't take it out on everybody else. And then you want to train by one of the best fighters to ever live, your father, use his clout, use his knowledge, and then you want to hurt people that don't train like that? You're a fucking bully.
Mm-hmm. Not to mention that because the live streaming is just keep going, there's some very incriminating post-event videos in which Raja Jackson is defending himself as, I'm sick of people thinking I'm a bitch, blah, blah, blah. Rampage, who was elsewhere also live streaming from a restaurant, finds out about it.
Poor example being set.
Finds out about it in real time, and then goes on Twitter and basically says, my son got KO'd in sparring like 4 days ago and should never have been there. By the way, that KO in sparring was also live streamed.
Oh shit, he's in a lot of trouble, man.
Oh, he's
in a lot of trouble. And I'm not making excuses for him. I'm really not in what I'm about to say. But like social media, chats, whatever you want to call it, they're so toxic. And as I say, I'm not making an excuse for him. But clearly, according to what Brian just said, that's kind of like influenced him and made him want to prove himself, to show the world that I'm not a pussy and I'm not a bitch. You want to see what I'm capable of. And again, it's not an excuse. It's not a reason either. But still, it's so toxic out there.
But just remember, all of that footage is going to be confiscated and used against you in court.
That's what's gonna sink your ship.
Yep. And unfortunately, man, like you said, he's a grown ass man, and it's gonna come down on him. His dad's not in any way responsible for this,
and that was not a proportionate response, guys. It's an eye for an eye. It's not a arm and a leg and an eye and a tooth for an eye. He went berserker. He lost his mind. And for that, he has to be punished. I hope the law punishes him.
Well, the last thing that I did see was Raja talking to his dad and basically blaming the cameraman for filming it. It's your cameraman.
Take some fucking accountability.
Exactly. Stop putting the blame somewhere where it doesn't belong. Start being a man and saying, I fucked up.
But I have no inside information about what's going on. But I know what my eyes showed me, which was an assault that will have unbelievable repercussions for Raja Jackson. This is going to bring charges, and they're going to be severe.
He's 25 years old. Think about it. If he gets 10 years, he's going to come out at the age 35. He might lose. It wouldn't surprise me if he gets 10 years. I'm telling you, it wouldn't surprise me.
In fact, to my knowledge, I mean, what is it now? It's 3:15 on the 28th. He's not been arrested yet. You know, it's like, that's a little surprising. I'm not sure what they're waiting on. And of course, if you haven't seen it, the lawyer goes into like what the differences might be between like battery or I should say assault and then attempted murder and like where this would fall.
That his son could be potentially in for a shitstorm of trouble. And I think that kid needs to figure something out. Something is deeper and darker in there other than a can. You know, the guy crushing a can on something else is really driving that kid to want to open up and do something like that, and being on his stream and letting those people influence him. And
this wasn't a receipt gone wrong. This wasn't a match gone wrong. This was a felonious assault. Period. And he's going to be in deep trouble.